Welcome to the Success with Jewelry podcast, where we invite you inside our conversations about business success and marketing for jewelry designers and entrepreneurs.
We're Laryssa and Liz, jewelry marketing experts with a combined 16 years of experience in jewelry marketing and proven track records in helping jewelry brands meet their goals. When you listen to or watch this podcast, you get an intimate and exclusive peek behind the curtain of all the things you wish you could know about earning success in the industry.
Welcome to episode number 1. In this episode, we'll be sharing the why behind our Success with Jewelry podcast and community. In this first intro episode, you'll learn the following 3 things. 1, what is Success with Jewelry and how was this idea born? Number 2, how has the project evolved over the past 9 months since when we came up with the idea, and what are we doing now? And then number 3, what exactly are we offering to you and how can you benefit from it? We also have a gated version of this free episode, and this gated version has further commentary on the topic, one super valuable tip that you can start implementing in your business today, as well as a case study that we'll share. If you want to get access to this exclusive content, sign up by visiting successwithjewelry.com. Membership is only $20 a month for weekly extended episodes, personal engagement and interaction by us, free webinars and courses, active group discussions and community, and more. Hey Liz, let's get into it.
Yes, our first episode. I'm really excited.
Me too. Let's talk first about number 1, what is Success with Jewelry and how did we come up with this idea?
So you and I started talking weekly. As solopreneurs, you didn't have as large of a team at the time. I worked for myself by myself, and we were looking for a community in the space of marketing support. I often get people asking me for consultant recommendations when I can't take on a client, and you're one of the number 1 people I recommend for digital marketing. We do a lot of the same things, but I don't feel competition in that. I feel excited to have somebody to recommend when I can't take on more clients. And so we were meeting once a week, and we both have this shared passion of helping jewelry designers, and we saw this kind of missing piece of the industry. We felt that there wasn't clear information for jewelry designers about marketing, and we wanted to provide that. So we came up with this idea, this webinar series to kind of walk designers through everything they need to do to get their digital marketing in line. And we've done that. We've done our most of our webinar series, and it's been super fun and really great. And we've connected with a lot of cool brands. But we've been thinking about how we can kind of move forward and change.
And I think both of us, I'm not going to speak for you, Liz, but I think that we feel called to really give to this industry because we're both super passionate about it. And in our day-to-day businesses, we come across a lot of solopreneurs and startups or people even just with an idea that maybe they're not at the point in their business where they can afford a one-to-one marketing support or hire a marketing agency, but they still need help. So we were trying to think of a way to give those resources in a way that still made sense to us, but that helped us feel like we could give back to the industry in that way.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of information out there that's kind of like bigger ideas or a little bit hard to follow. And I think something that you and I are really good at is giving actionable advice. So thoughts and advice, but with specific to-dos that you can actually implement. So I think that that's something that you and I are both good at. We've done a lot of teaching and educating over the years. And I think that you're totally right. I'm beyond passionate about helping jewelry designers. And I know it's really hard to grow. And so if you're kind of just getting started, it's hard to find information about the jewelry industry, and especially free information. It's not super affordable to hire a one-on-one consultant. So we really want to help.
And it can be hard to have the accountability too. Even if you were able to find this piece of information here or this piece of information here, being disciplined enough to put it all together can be really difficult, even for the most like focused, motivated person. So we're trying to create like a really central resource where there are also other people, including us, to be those accountability partners as well.
Yeah, I love a good community. So I'm really excited to build this community and have a place where people can share ideas and ask questions. So that was kind of what we were thinking with success with jewelry. Um, I also want to mention that I think that you and I, Laryssa, have, while we both do a lot of the same things, we also both have really different expertise. You're really good at some of the more technical stuff that I'm not good at. And I'm definitely somebody who does a lot of Instagram content planning. And I know that's something that you don't love.
Yeah, so we definitely have complementary strengths. And, even though people were surprised when we told them we were collaborating, like, aren't you guys competitors? You both do marketing. Well, I think Liz and I know a little bit more about each other. And marketing is such a humongous topic. Like, there's so much to know within it. And having these individual specialties that we have really makes us like kind of a powerhouse of digital marketing, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Let's own that.
Yeah, let's own it. We're the powerhouses. So we had this idea, like, I don't know, I think it was back in January or something earlier this year, but over the past 9-ish months, it's evolved. Like, we originally had one idea and now it's turned into something else. So let's talk about that evolution and like, what are we doing now versus what we were doing back then?
Yeah, so the initial idea was this 6-part webinar series, everything designers need to know to get their jewelry business in line for the holiday season. And I think we've learned a lot through that. I think we've learned that we want to provide more regular content, more regular information with easier takeaways. So our webinars that we've been doing, in our series have been kind of robust and a lot of information. And we've gone over the time limit. We have a lot to say. So we were thinking, how can we provide information that's like a little bit easier to digest and a little bit more regular? And then we also wanted to provide more free content without using Instagram quite as much.
Totally, because I'm sure everyone listening to or watching this knows the frustrations of Instagram, especially if you're starting something new and really starting from zero. And that we were kind of starting something new. So building that audience can be so hard through social media today. And that's not to say that Liz and I are not up to the challenge. It's not that we're like lazy and don't want to do it. We just feel like maybe there are better platforms for attracting the type of audience that we want to attract, like you. And that would be more productive in general, because you're not dependent on the algorithm to show you something that might be valuable to you. Instead, you can just subscribe to a podcast and know you're not going to miss anything every week.
And something I know about makers who are at their bench a lot is that you tend to love podcasts. And it's actually been on my mind for many years. Maybe I should dip my toe in the podcast world. Well, Laryssa's already there, and she's a huge advocate and fan of podcasts.
Yeah. So I think I like to think I convinced Liz to do a podcast, but I feel like she was already perfectly suited to do one. And you can kind of speak to that.
Yeah, I love talking. I love talking about marketing. I have a lot of ideas that I kind of just find throughout the day, seeing, what brands are doing, or like when I'm on walks in my neighborhood, I come up with marketing ideas that I want to talk about. And I have this kind of like list of things I should blog about, but I never get to. So I feel really excited that we can just kind of jump on and create an episode about something that's on our minds, something that we're thinking about, and really provide great tips and insight for you as well. And I think the original idea with this was to kind of give you a look behind our one-on-one calls that we were doing, where we just talk about marketing ideas and what other brands in the industry were doing.
Totally. Yeah. We figured we're already meeting pretty much once a week. We're having these conversations. Why not like give people a little bit of a peek behind the curtain into our conversations and make them more transparent? Because we realize there's probably a lot of gems of information that other people could benefit from too.
Yeah, definitely. And then we want to invite you in and have a community space where we can talk about it, where we can hear your ideas and what you're working on and what's on your mind and what questions you have. And then also, if you kind of listen to these episodes and get any tips that you move forward with, how they worked out for you.
Yeah, so let's tell everyone what is the actual like full offering and how will it benefit them?
So what we're doing is we've created a podcast. Welcome. You're here in episode 1. So you're listening to the free version. So every week we'll be putting out a free podcast and you'll have a great valuable tip and takeaway from that. But we also are offering a gated version where we're going to go into the topic even further. You're going to get more great takeaways. We're going to talk about a real life example, and then you're going to be really a big part of this close community we've created. So we'll be having conversations. Laryssa and I will be commenting and answering questions there. And because we both love teaching so much too, and we're still going to be creating webinars, by being a part of this gated community, you'll have free access to our webinars.
It's super exciting. There's going to be so much information, but again, we don't want it to be overwhelming. We want to make it like clear and actionable, and also to have that like those accountability partners of other group members as well as us, so that you never feel like you're just randomly finding information on the internet and trying to like make sense of it and put it together.
Yeah, definitely. And I love a community. We will still be posting on Instagram, so we're not throwing that away. And I'm excited for this. I'm excited to continue to build on it, and I'm excited to see how we continue to evolve it.
I'm really excited too, and I think there's so much potential with this, and we already have like the rest of the year planned for episode content, so we clearly have a lot to say.
We have a lot to say. I feel like we're going to end up at some point like putting out bonus episodes and doing more than one a week.
Totally. So what did you think about our why for success with jewelry? Have you ever collaborated with anyone else on a business project? And then in terms of community, what would you really like to see out of a community, and how can we make this feel like a success for you?
So if you want to join, you can visit successwithjewelry.com to sign up for the extended episode, as well as an actionable tip and a jewelry brand case study we'll share at the end of our extended episode. Membership is just $20 a month. You get an exclusive peek behind the curtain into what it takes to build and grow a successful jewelry business. And we really hope you join. Please let us know if you have any questions at all.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you there.